Hey, what's up? This is Coach Markus for Pro Fan Talk, and we are at NFL Films right now, about to get it in. Stay tuned.
Mic check. No one likes us, we don't care. Hit the logo on the cap, midnight green on the brim. Pro fan talk, every take in the gym. From the link to the league, I'm connected to the spin. Breaking news, breaking plays where you really want to tap in. Philly on my tongue when I'm calling out a route. Pull a clip, roll a tape, then we talk it out. All 22 on my mind, see the motion pre-snap. I'm in the lab with the facts, you just scrolling through the app. Jalen with the read, I'm explaining what you missed. Why the safety bail late, why the cornerback blitz. From the pass rush twist to the red zone slang. Coach Markus on the mic with the real fan chant. Pro fan talk, hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score room. Pro fan talk, where the real ones call. From the birds to the league, we gon' cover it all. From the draft room rumors to that waiver wire heat. Trade buzz humming like the crowd on Broad Street. Sunday to Monday, I'm recapping every snap. Tuesday got the bald Eagles, filling in the gaps. Eagles on the header, but the scope league wide. How we making deals for the vets on the slide? Quarterback drama, I'ma sort that pile. Coach on the podium, read between the lines. I'm talking rivalries, upsets, underdogs rise, overtime classics, blown calls, bad drives. Jack going crazy when the topic get wild, but we keep it all game, keep it smart, keep it down. Pro fan talk, hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. Pro fan talk.
What's going on, guys? This is my trip to NFL Films. Here we are outside of Ed Saball's office. This is like his foyer. All of these games and all this football memorabilia, all of that stuff is real. Those are not empty boxes. And here we are actually in their office. This is Ed Saball's original office. That's G Cobb. I'm sitting there standing with the hoodie. Dave Spadero's in the background. You'll see the Hall of Famer Harold Carmichael back there against the wall. You can see him very briefly. You'll see him later on in this video, but everything in his office is real. You'll see me pull up a little bit in a couple of seconds. All of those notes on that corkboard on that wall right there, all of those notes are real from Ed Saball. He's the real deal. His son, his name, Steve Saball. All of those notes, all of those pictures, everything you see on there is real. Stuff that he wrote. He's got like 3 binders of football notes that was on that desk. So everything in there is real. And now that's our guide, Emily. We're going into the film vault. Now, everything you see, all of these containers of film is all of the years and years and years before everything went to digital. Everything was shot on reel to reel and is stored in this room. This room is huge. It's cold. That right there is the original film footage of the first video game that was played on film in 1903. The first football game. I'm sorry, it's that video game. The first football game that was played in 1903. Princeton versus Yale. And NFL Films has it. This place is huge. It was cold. They kept the temperature down there like 50 degrees. To prevent the film footage from actually degrading over time. But look at all of that film. Look at rows and rows and rows of just film. Now we're going through the halls again. It's going to be a lot of hallways. This building was huge, very easy to get lost. Now we're in the location sound and the equipment. And this guy right here, he was one of the guys to start putting microphones on players. And you'll see he's grabbing the shoulder pads. And what he's doing right now, he's telling us how difficult it was to try to find a spot to put a microphone in back in the day, before everything was super small and everything was digital with a built-in hard drive and all like that. You had to have a power pack. You had to have like a battery pack, some place to store the media. So there was like a little, I guess like a hard drive or a tape. I don't know what they used, but it wasn't small. So they had to figure out a way to fit it under all of these pads and make it comfortable. And he was telling the story of Dan Marino. They tried to get Dan Marino as one of the first guys to wear a microphone. He tried it in practice, and he said he hated it, didn't like it, and years later admitted that he made a mistake because none of his personal, the personal analogs, the personal diaries of some of these players, that provide awesome footage of what they were like back in the day. He has none of it, and he was sad about that. And now we're in where they actually service all of the cameras. So like literally all of the camera equipment is up there on those shelves. All of those are original cameras, and they got the original stuff from way back in the day. Everything now is digital. Everything now comes either on a thumb drive, hard drive, SD drive, something like that. But in this room, they got all of those cameras up there on top of the cabinets. All of those cameras are real and working. Even the old ones work. They keep everything intact, working. Most of that stuff up there is reel to reel cameras, and pretty awesome. Now we back in the hallways. You're gonna see a lot of Emmys and NFL films. They got shelves like this all around that building. They have so many Emmys, it's not even funny. This is the All 100 wall. All of these gentlemen in these pictures were voted to the All 100 team, the NFL's All 100 team. All right, now we are in the sound editing room. This is one of the rooms that I was nerding out in, uh, mainly because I'm looking at all of his equipment, drooling over all of the stuff that he's got, and they use the same exact software that I use. They use DaVinci Resolve. I have DaVinci Resolve Studio, so we're using the same software. So every time I'm asking a question, I can apply it to what I'm doing now. You can see this was a special about the Philly play in the Super Bowl. There's Nick Foles, Jason Kelsey in there, and they edited and sweetened this video, put the sound to it, and he taught us about adding sound, special effects, things of that nature. And it was cool stuff, man. And they put this stuff around, and we watched this, um, and you see what it started out and what it ended up becoming. This guy here in this room, this is Mike. Mike is one of the guys that puts all of the effects on the video clips. So if you ever see a video clip and you got arrows or graphical highlights, they sometimes they put the little circle to let you know who's running the ball, things like that. Yeah, Mike takes care of all of the graphics and things of that nature that actually go on the screen. So my ears perked up, and this is the type of stuff that I'm interested in. You see the little graphics that he's putting in there. You got Trey Burton, Corey Clement in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Now they're about to run the Philly play. So he goes back and he puts a lot of those graphical elements, if you will, on screen, so you can kind of tell what's going on. It's a pretty cool feature. This is the type of stuff that I'm like super interested in. So always trying to figure out how to do a freeze frame, how that you see he's got the highlight beam, different things like that. Now that's what I'm trying to figure out. How can I rotate the whole film to give it like that quasi 2.5D instead of 3D, like 2.5D, where it gives it a realistic feel to it, but it's all just to finding a better way visually to convey the information. This is the type of stuff that I'm really, really interested in, and I love seeing stuff like this. So I ended up staying with this guy like 5 minutes after everybody had left. I lost the group. I had to get them to help me find where my group had left and went to, because I was in there talking with him for so long that I just lost track of him. So I have since contacted this guy, exchanged some questions and stuff like that, and I'm going to continue to use him as a resource. He's a great dude. Mike Drods, man. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. Now we back in the hallways again. Again, lots of hallways in this building. This building is huge. Very, very easy to get lost. But you see all of the artwork, everything on the walls. Now we're in the main studio. This is where they shoot a lot of the shows that you see in the mornings, Good Morning Football, some of the stuff that might be on NFL Network. Sometimes other companies might be in town for an Eagles game or for whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be football. NFL Films is a resource. You can shoot anything here. So they made up the studio they outkitted the lights, made the lights green. You got you notice the big panels in the back look like downtown Philadelphia. They can change all of that. the lights, moving the TVs around, so they can change the structure of the studio and make it almost look like anything. They got steps in the background; they can make it look bi-level, all of that type of stuff, man. So this is state of the art. That's a real jib over there with a camera on top of it. They got to kind of got things moved out of the way to keep it clean, so we can come in there and take pictures. But this is the pinnacle of it, and this is where everything happens. This is where most of that stuff that you see in the morning. This is where it takes place, NFL Films, and then during the season, they shoot a lot of stuff here, right in Mount Laurel, because we're real close to New York. So you can, chime in when you want to. People can come down. It's a, I don't know what, hour ride from New York. So if people from New York, the offices in New York want to come down, shoot some stuff here, you can travel down to South Jersey, film what you got to film, and then be back to New York in a workday. So that's the benefit of being here in South Jersey, and then you're close to New York. You're right across the street from Philadelphia. So again, this is the point. Now you can see how big this the studio is when you're walking around it. So I was walking around there with my buddy Ken Dunnick. You got the and then that screen in the back with the big Eagles logo. They can change that. That's all digital. They can change the logo. They can change the colors. Make sure you got the team colors and everything that goes with that. If you ever notice when they get them high shots, that's that camera in the background on wheels. So stuff
Hey,
like that.
this is Coach Marcus, Pro Fan Talk. I'm in Bill Belichick's podcast studio. He ain't using it right now, so all I'm saying is NFL Films. Holla at your boy. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah, so it's actually a really nice set because we do green screens in here too, so it's pretty versatile.
Fake liquor. That's hilarious. Oh my God, I'm jealous. I ain't gonna lie, I'm jealous. I got an 8x10 office at home. That's about as best I can do.
We have a producer, director, technical director. Back here's our AD, our graphics. Back there's prompter and graphics. So anything on set in those monitors is controlled through this viz back here, or the lower thirds where they're naming people, or if there's topic bars, all of the stuff that comes up. So this is where they put everything together.
This is really cool.
You got a pillow or something so I can camp out?
Probably. I'm sure we do.
So that was it. That was the tour. Going around, looking at everything. There'll be some more pictures up that I can run through. But every chance I get an opportunity to go to NFL Films, I take it. Last time I was there, I ran into Big John Runyon and Greg Cosell. You've heard me mention Greg Cosell a lot because he's somebody that I watch when it comes to doing scouting and watching during the season. Nobody watches more tape than Greg Cosell, maybe Baldy. But he's a good resource talking to people and understanding the game and learning the game. So it was cool to run into him. And again, every time I get a chance to go to NFL Films, I will take it. Every time you go there, you learn something new. Would love to do work there sometimes. So just trying to make those relationships and build those relationships. And maybe something will happen in the future. We'll see. But this was my trip. Had a great time. Can't wait to go again. And I will talk to you guys later. And as usual, go Birds.